Welcome to solving a quadratic equation by completing the square. We have quadratic equation examples here. 2x squared plus x plus 8 equals 0, and 3x squared minus 5x plus 6 equals 0. Another example is x squared minus 9 equals 0. These are all quadratic equations. A general definition of a quadratic equation. Quadratic equation exists in the form of a, b, and c are real numbers where a variable isn't equal to 0, and in standard form it's ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Sometimes a quadratic equation is called a second degree equation, only because the left side is a polynomial of the degree 2. We can solve an equation by completing the square. Completing the square is a method that adjusts the left side of a quadratic equation into a perfect square. A perfect square is the square of a first degree polynomial. An example is x squared plus 6x plus 9. X squared plus 6x plus 9 will equal x plus 3 squared. We took 1/2 of 6, which is 3, and we squared it. Another example, x squared minus 4x plus 4 will equal x minus 2 squared. Completing the square, provided the coefficient is 1, we complete the square by adding the square of 1/2 of the coefficient x. An example is x squared plus 4x. Here, 1/2 of 4 is 2. So therefore, 2 times 2, which is 2 squared, is 4. We add 4, and we get x plus 2 squared. Another example is x squared plus 12x. We take 1/2 of 12, which is 6, and 6 squared is 36, so we add 36, and we take that 6, and we have x plus 6 squared. Another example is x squared minus 6. Take 1/2 of 6, which is 3, and we have negative 3 squared equals 9. Also, we have x squared plus x. So we take 1/2 of x, which is 1/2. 1/2 squared equals 1/4. So therefore we have x plus 1/2 squared. We have completed the square. There is a general formula for completing the square. We have x squared plus mx, where we have m divided by 2 squared. At that point, we'll have x squared plus mx plus m over 2 squared, which then results in x plus m over 2 squared. So we'll utilize that in our example equation where we have x squared plus 5x plus 4 equals 0. At that point, we'll have x squared plus 5x equals a negative 4. So we take 1/2 of 5, which is at that point we'll have x plus 5 over 2 squared, which will then equal 9 over 4. So we utilize the square root method. We'll have x plus 5 over 2 equals plus or minus the square root of 9 over 4. At this point, we'll break the equation into two, where we have x equals a negative 5 over 2 plus 3 halves will equal a negative 1, or x equals a negative 5 over 2 minus 3 halves, which equals a negative 4. And we have completed the square with the solution set, negative 4 and negative